Welcome back to the road to 2200. I have a different mic today. We'll see how that works out. Okay, so I am 1900 exactly, playing against somebody rated 2045. So they are closer to where we want to be. Playing, I don't know what we're going to see actually. This could be a King's Indian, this could be a Grunfeld. It is, in fact, a King's Indian. So I'm going to play my little Petrosian system that I want to do. Go here. They're probably going to go here, 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 this stuff. But we'll see. There's also this idea, this idea. Black really gets to dictate a lot of like the nuances of this opening. But at the same time, the way I've played it doesn't lead into wild versions of the King's Indian. I like the more positional ones. It feels like it's a little bit harder for my opponents to deal with the positional ones. Oh, right. I tried to move the mic closer and realized that's not even the mic. All right, so my opponent is really thinking here, which, I don't know, interesting. I guess it's because there are so many options that they could do. So we'll see what they choose to do. They're really going in the tank here. This is move 6, and they're taking like 40 seconds to a minute on move 6. Interesting. I suppose there are a number of avenues, and maybe they haven't really explored this variation, and so they're really trying to figure out what is the best approach here. Very interesting. We're nearing, like a minute and a half for move 6. Okay. It's getting to that point where I don't know, has my opponent like got distracted by something? It is an online game. I don't know. I mean, this is a very long amount of time to commit to this move. Like I said, the big variations are here, 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 where I'll go here. And then I guess the question is if they play here, or more likely actually just castling is probably the best move here. So it's kind of a weird spot to be going this deep into. My next moves are going to be like here, here. Oh, that's a castle. Okay. All right. Well, I'll go here. And are we back to another 2-minute investment to decide? Because castling didn't really decide anything. That was just like, well, this is the move I need to make anyway. Okay, so now they've decided on the path. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this, so let's take a look at this. It seems like I would want to go here and break the pin. I could go here though, and then if they take, I go here, and maybe I'm totally fine with that. I would actually be on this pawn, so there'd be some level of pressure to maybe develop the knight. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. The main reason I'm doing this is it gives me this escape square after this kind of stuff, and that seems pretty great. I'm not sure that this is a good move. I really haven't seen it. They can't go here. That would just hang a piece. I mean, they could if they want to like really go aggro mode and sack a piece. So more likely than not, they're going back to here. And after that, if I want, I could just go here and offer a trade. Okay, they're taking. Yeah, I think I do want to take here. Just not sure what's next. If they put the knight here, I do have an interesting plan of going like that to kick the knight But it's not as effective now because after I take the pawn, the rook won't be trapped in the corner. And they went there, giving up the pawn, which, you know, lets them attack back onto our pawn. So it's not like a bad move. If I take here, where would I do? I would probably go here. And then they take here. I've gotten 2 pawns. That's a tough one. So if I go here, I guess they could go here, but then takes. I would just go here, and I'm doing great. If I take here and they go like here to try to trap me, I don't think that works. I think I net a pawn here. Now it is a little dangerous because in netting this pawn here, 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 I'm not castled yet, right? And they already have a rook on the 7th. And so it's a little bit worrisome, but I think I should be fine. I think I'm just 2 moves away from castling, basically boom, boom. And then I should be good. So we'll see if they can really mess with that strategy. So if they can't, and it's just 2 pawns for 1, then I'm feeling pretty good. So that's the question. Am I just straight up winning a pawn here? Yeah, I feel like my opponent actually didn't even see that this was in the position when they made the knight move. Because otherwise they would have had a plan for that, right? And they wouldn't need to invest this much time in, am I playing rook b8 or not? Right? That would have been like an instant move. So queen over, and yeah, I think I'm pretty good here. I imagine they will take there. And then I go here with the bishop. And then castle. And then I'm up a pawn. Feels good. Interestingly, after this, I could go here. But then they could go here. And that's a little bit annoying. So I think it'll be better to go here first. And then they can't go anywhere along here until after I castle. And then after I castle, they could go here. But at that point, I could just bring the other rook over to here, guard it, and then move it. It should be fine. It looks like I'm just up a flat-out pawn. Okay, that seems like the most reasonable move. Yeah. I guess the question is if they go here, is this going to be a problem? Right, so like here, here, knight moves, this is hanging. It's possible that becomes an issue. But I think I've got this and then this. So like here, here, and then I could go here. Yeah, I think that works. We're going to go here. This move just seems necessary. Also, after this, I don't necessarily have to do anything. I could let them take. I could take back. And then I'm still on it. Okay, so I guess the question is, can I go here next? And then if they respond here, and I take, and they take, and I take, and they put a rook here, is that an issue? I don't think so. I think I could just castle. Okay, so they went there. Okay. I feel like that's a pretty forced move. Okay. I think I probably just want to go back into the hole, right? I don't think I want to wreck my pawn structure for no reason. This knight is now just... Oh, okay, I see. So the knight will be misplaced, but now this is already being hit. So after this, I definitely can't take. But what I could do is just let them take and take back. And this knight is totally misplaced. And I think I'm fine with that. I think I'm okay with the misplaced knight. Yeah, that seems like the reasonable move. Ooh, even better? Okay, so what about here, then here? Yeah, that doesn't work. But I could go here, then the other rook comes. Then I take, then a rook lands there. And then I go here, threatening that with check. They take, take. I go here, check, winning the piece. I mean, that's a lot of moves I just calculated. It's very unclear that that would work out the way I'm looking at. But yeah, I think I want to do this. Okay, so I guess, no, never mind. This does not win a pawn because of this. But after this trade, it would. So that's why I need to have something fancy. Okay, but I think I do have something fancy. They moved that knight into nowhere land, which, you know, definitely helps me out. Oh, also, maybe I have something clever. Maybe after this, I take, they take. No. I take, they take. If I go here, it is covering this issue, but then this rook is just kind of like gonna get this pawn. And I really would like to hold this pawn. I feel like this pawn, being an outside pass pawn, is just such a powerful tool. Okay, I guess another idea is if queen goes here, rook castles, and then if they take, I take back, take here, maybe I'm not winning that actually. Wow, I did not think they would do that. Okay. I guess, wait, no, I don't have to take with the knight. I think I take with the bishop actually. Take with the bishop. If here, takes, takes. Oh, right, then after that I could even, no, I can't take that because the knight falls. So that, in that way I could go there. Yeah, so let's go here. They still can't do this. I think they're going to go here. So that here, here, hitting the bishop. And I can't do this slick move because after it takes, 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 this falls at the end. Whew, there's a lot happening here. Oh my goodness. Oh, but after this, this falls. So they can't even do that move. Okay, interesting. Could they have never have done that move and I was just, nope, yeah, it was, once they, no. Yeah, so I thought they were going to go here. Ah, yeah, then that does work, right? Because if I try to take here, then they take, queen takes. No. He's hitting it too. Yeah, I guess it never worked. And I guess it's my move. Okay, so they took there. Seems like I want to take back. Okay. Now it's time to get the knight out of danger. Probably here. So we're up a pawn, but this pawn is weak. I guess another thing I could do is just go here and protect it. Okay. I see what we're doing here. Looking to hit this pawn now. I wasn't really prepared to have to defend that pawn. I think I can go here. Wait. I guess what I need to worry about is what about this? This looks really worrisome actually. Because whatever happens, things get blown up, and I don't think I can afford for the position to get blown up right now. Oh, and now this is hanging. Okay, so there's a lot more happening in this position than I was sort of acknowledging. I'm wondering if this is the move. And then I have this check. I get a pawn and then I castle. So it's like here, here, check, king moves. We're gonna get a discovery from that knight. Holy mackerel. A lot happening. I'm kind of looking at that knight move again. So if I go here and they take and I take, I think I like this. And if they take with the knight, I'm taking here. Actually, I'm going to take this way, I think. Maybe not. Maybe then they just take there and win. Boy, this is a challenging one. What if I just castle? And I give up one or both of the pawns? Let's do that. And then their pawns in the middle are going to be weak. I'm suddenly safe. Yes, I'm giving back some material. I acknowledge that. But like if they take here first, and I go here, and then they... Oh, and then they take there, which would be annoying. So maybe that doesn't work. But I like the idea that this is going to be hard to push. We're already on it once. They might have to go there and passively defend it. And what I'm kind of banking on is I'm giving up some of this material that this pawn is going to win. But I don't know. This might have been a mistake. It just felt like things were about to get dicey. And I will admit, I didn't calculate it really carefully. It's kind of my big weakness is like when things get really tough, instead of just doubling down on hardcore calculation, sometimes I don't do that. And I just kind of go like, okay, we'll figure this out without really calculating. Okay, so that is not surprising. I think I want to go here. I'm hitting this a second time. If takes, takes. I'll go there. So let's go here. If takes, it's a discovery. Hold on. So if I go here, takes, takes here. Something else interesting that they could do? No, because then, yeah, it seems like the best way to resolve this. And then this is the move I'm going to make if they let me. So it feels like it's kind of a little bit challenging here. That like if they go here, I can take. That looks pretty strong, actually. I don't know what I don't know what I'm gaining here. I have to remember I have this. I keep forgetting this bishop is even on the board. This guy exists. He really does. So can we do something interesting with them? Right now the piece is not doing great. Like it can't move, but it has a not bad diagonal. And maybe I can take advantage of it. The other nice thing is if they just go here, probably I can go here. If they kick the knight, which would be an interesting decision. Okay. I can go here. followed by here. That might win. So check has to move. Then I go here. I am on both. If B, say, moves the queen to attack me, I take, they take, I win the piece. If they go attack the knight, I go there. I think this wins. I'm definitely feeling sluggish. I can kind of feel it right now, so maybe I'm making a mistake. And maybe there's going to be some amazing discovery here, actually. Like there. But then this would fall. So I don't know. Feels like I'm in good shape here. Also, this king has limited squares I can go to. Only those two. Yeah, and then if I could get the bishop to here without this guy here, I would win. I mean, that's obviously not happening, but just like to point out some, you know, potential long-term stuff in the position. But yeah, this knight being able to dive in deeply is working out pretty well. Okay, so we know we're going to get to go here, so let's double check it and triple check it. Knight here, hitting the queen. This knight moves somewhere. If it's not backing up the bishop, no matter what I do, I get to take the bishop. And it can't attack the knight, and it can't back up the bishop. Now, where can the king go? The queen go? That's interesting. If the queen goes either of these two squares, we can simply take. They have to take back, and then we take. So I think we win. I think we're up a piece after this little knight maneuver. And I think my opponent sees it as well, and that's why they're taking so much time. Okay, they go there. Bam. We've calculated enough times. Let's have faith in our calculation and hope it works. Sure looks like it works. And if it does, well, then we're just up a piece. And their king, very airy. That G5 move that didn't really do anything is coming back to haunt them, perhaps. This bishop on B1, crushing it. What? No! How did I miss this? They can get out of it. Shoot. Oh my goodness, that's horrible. Okay. Takes here. It seems reasonable. It's not as good, but it is reasonable. Takes here. Queen can't go anywhere cool. The rook will have to move. Or let's say the king goes here. The king goes there. That could be really bad, though. Because we have this idea of going boom, boom. Okay, well, I thought I had the win. I missed that move. How unfortunate. Wait, I don't need to rush this, right? I could attack that a second time. That would help. I cannot. This pawn looks like it's going to fall now. Okay. Wait. What if I go here? No, you can't go there. All right, I'm going to do this. This looks reasonable. So what are they going to do? Maybe go here? Oh, other interesting. Wow, if they go here? What if I go here? Okay, I can't go there. The queen's covering it. Man, we're getting closer and closer to really being able to use this vulnerable king's position to our advantage. Yeah, I think almost certainly I'll nab this pawn. The question is, do I nab it with the queen? I could do that. Oh, wow. Yeah, if they go here, I could go takes, here, threatening. Oh, it's not mate. It's close, though, because we could kick him first. Then go here. We got stuff. Stuff's a brewing. Okay. Went back that way. Interesting. Okay. I say we go here. And we are hitting that rook a second time again. They will probably go here. No, they won't go there. I would win the game. So they'll move the rook first. Okay. I think this works. Again, king. Very minimal escape squares. So they go here. There are 0. My bishop here would win if it was protected. So I could probably do something like here. Can't go here. If it runs away, then this would be not game, actually, because it would be the ability to go there. Ooh, so close. So close, but we're getting there. We're getting close. The pressure is mounting for my opponent. Okay. So what if I go here? What does my opponent do with this knight? There's not a ton of choices at that point. It's basically here. Then I could go here. And then if the knight goes here or here, then I would have this move. With this situation, they'd have to go here, and I would pick up the knight. So that could also work. So hit the knight there. The knight has minimal moves. Let's say it goes forward. I go there. Yeah, okay, so I think this works, but I've thought that already before. I go here. The queen has something cool. Does not look like it. I guess the queen could go here to defend, but then that would lose the queen to that move. So we go here. Knight probably needs to go there or there. But that's a hard move to make. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to assume the knight's going to go here, thinking it's going to go like this and have some cool ideas. And then I'm going to go here. And then if the knight goes to there, bammo. My opponent's getting low on time, so maybe this will come to fruition. Okay, what else could my opponent do? I'm not doing a good job looking for all their good moves. But all their pieces are kind of locked up. They really, like sticking the knight on h5. Okay, so they made a good move there. They didn't just give the game away, which is very sad for me. I thought they might. Okay, so if I go here first, and they go here, here. Oh, he's hitting the queen. Okay, I missed that. So I need to do something about that, obviously. What about here? Or here. Those are the two moves I'm looking at. I like the idea of going here and having them push there, and then weakening things even more. So how do I want to set that up? Probably... If I go here, then at least I'm still on that thing, which is kind of annoying for them. And then also I could swing around. I can attack that way if I needed to. So like here, here, here. Come back to here. Yeah, and then the knight can't move. I'm also on this rook, this knight. So like I could go here even, and they can't take here or push, which would allow me to maybe go takes. But then they're going here, threatening mate. So that's a little bit scary. There's so much happening here. Okay. I think my next move, though, is probably going to be to go here, try to get them to go there. No, I think I want to go here first, actually. Well, I'm not sure. I want to get the rook involved. I know that. You know what I could do? What if I just went like that? What if I just did that and just said, okay, what are you going to do about this pawn? All of your pieces are busy and bad. What are you going to do about the pawn? Oops. So like if they go, okay, never mind. I was gonna say if they go here. If they try to get this queen out, God, this queen is just, look at this. The only path I can go is here, here, or here. That was it. Wow. What in the heck? Okay, that's a desperado if I've ever seen one. What are they even hoping for this? I don't see it. I don't even get it. I mean, why don't I just take this way? Okay, wait. If I take that, and then they go here, and then I go here, and then they go here. But I have this at the end. So, yeah, I'm going to go here. This seems reasonable. Okay. Bam. They must have had a trap that they set, and it didn't work out. So I'm 1913 now. I'm kind of, you know, on a roll here. Let's take a look at the game. It's only 27 moves. This is just standard Petrosian defense. No, sorry, Smyslov variation. I don't even know the names of my variations. Now, oftentimes they play G5 right away here. And it goes like this, this, this. And then you have to give up the bishop pair and the bishop, and it's fine. They don't have an attack, and it's a pretty even game. I bet the computer says it's about even. The computer says white has a nominal, not even a going first lead. It's basically an even game. They went there, here, and then this is the move that I said I hadn't seen before. And looking at the database, it's not in the top, like, 12 moves. It's not necessarily a bad move. The computer says it's fine, as all moves are. But this, maybe not the best way to go about it. Oh, no, actually, the engine says it's fine. So either way is fine. And then I think that was a mistake. I think they did not realize that, well, I don't know. The engine says this is fine, it's even. But they are down a pawn. I think we saw, though, that they did have counterplay. And this is where I went wrong. The computer says that is not a good idea. A good idea would be to go here and just immediately attack this rook. If they back up the rook, which I would kind of assume they would, like queen b8, they actually lose from this position. So how do they lose here? So the computer says go here, takes to continue the pressure. Then you go here. The rook is cut off. And the best move for the rook is to take. Because if you try to save the rook by going here, then this bishop move does work. Wow, so the rook ends up getting trapped. So you have to just basically, after this queen move, the rook just has to go back and say, okay, you got a pawn. So I totally missed that. I thought this was a clever plan. But my opponent has not that move and not that move. The move that I thought my opponent was going to do was this. And then it would be like here, here. I thought I would probably castle here. And then I have a small lead, but the engine says that the best move is to go here, which looks quite unusual. But after here, here, castles, as was my plan, now this looks much stronger, right? If I go here, this is hanging. I guess I would probably have to go here. But if I do that, there's two on that pawn now. They get their pawn back. If I go here to maybe hit this, well, then they can just go here, and we're kind of in the same spot, and it looks like they're getting their pawn back. So, interesting. Neither of us did anything right. They went there, and this was a big mistake. So the engine says I can castle, and the game, I have a big lead. If they try to take, I'm taking back. They take, I take, so that doesn't work. So they can't do that yet. And I don't know, why didn't I castle? I was planning to castle. That was my move. And then I was like, no, this is super clever. But as we saw, it got really messy in the middle. I had to give all the material back. So clearly I did that very wrong. Because I was thinking that this move was going to be really strong. But, you know, as we got closer, it was like, it doesn't look that strong at all. Like, it doesn't do anything, really. They just are fine. But instead they went here, which was a huge game-losing mistake. I immediately saw that I could go here, here, bam, and I thought I won a piece. I thought I had won the game. Oh. Jeez. Okay, so this is fine. I'm doing pretty well. I've got a lot of pressure. But also this does hang a piece. Not a piece, a pawn. It hangs the pawn, and now things are tough. The best move according to the engine is knight takes c4, which now looks like it does not hang a piece. What am I missing? Because it feels like this, I want a piece. Is there something at the end that I'm missing? There is. Indeed there is. They're attacking my bishop. Whoops. So after this, the computer suggests bishop c5. Okay. And then what? Can they not save this knight? Oh my goodness. They can't save the knight? Because that's checkmate. Wow. Okay. So, yeah. I did not see everything in this position. I took there, which I thought was fine. It left me a lot of pressure. Now I took, and now, you know. I mean, we can just see, I think, like, even if you just glance at this game, you might not see an immediate win, but you must be like, wow, white is winning, right? There's this, black's pieces are just tied down on the back rank or terrible. So I went here, and then my opponent just went here. I imagine they were hoping I was going to go here, though I don't know what exactly that would do either. The engine says they're down by 10. So I do want to go back real quick to the one really big moment, which was in here. This idea. I'm winning by a significant margin, and then this just brings it back to equality. So, like, what was I thinking here? Why not just castle here? Oh, right. This is why. Because I thought if castles, they go here, 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 and then this looks kind of reasonable for my opponent. The engine disagrees and says that I would just go here, which I also missed this idea. And then I'm covering this, and everything's fine. So I missed basically two different things here. I missed, first of all, that if they go here, after castling, doesn't this win right here? Yeah, so that just wins. So I missed that that would be a hanging piece. And this is the hard part about calculation, right? It's like, when we're back here, and I'm calculating it, I have to see that after my move and their move, will not be defended anymore. And it's a pretty basic premise, but it can be hard to lock all that in sometimes. So basically, I let my opponent back in this game by just not calculating very well and precisely. And it was fine, but it was equals, right? It's equals with where I think white has more happening, but by no means a winning edge until that mistake happens. And then, I made another calculation error in here. So it feels to me that the takeaways of this game are that I played quite well, and I had good intuition and good ideas, and a lot of my ideas were right, and some of them were wrongly ordered, but my calculation was quite weak, and that is really one of the things I'm working on, and it's one of the things I would recommend that all of you work on as well. So I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Road to 2200. It looks like my accuracy rating was at 92%, which seems ludicrous because I feel like I didn't play that well. And I'll talk to you next time, everybody.